astronauts. Welcome to Mission 23, Year 2 of the Astronauts Kick Space Club. Star date 4/15/2012. First, the roll call. Please be seated when your name is called. Jacob. Jason. Jack. Present. Jessica. Our first amazing guests are two students from Argonaut Collegiate.
Agent Court Collegiate.
Agent Court Collegiate. Who happen to be space explorers, future engineers, and explorers. Asad, Muhammed, and Mathew.
Woo! Round of applause! Yay!
Next, one of our own astronauts will be giving a short presentation on wormholes. Jack Feller.
Hey, Jack! Woo!
Then we will have an activity called Mining in Space, where you each get your own mining space.
Good morning, guys. My name is Mathew.
My name is Asad, Holland.
We're two 17-year-old students from Agent Court Collegiate Institute in Toronto. And just recently, actually, on January 7th, we launched a weather balloon attached with a Lego man and launched him into near space, actually mid-stratosphere, about just under 100,000 feet into the sky. And just to give you a little bit of background information about the project, Asad, Muhammed, and myself started the project. Exactly. And just to give you some background information, I'll actually show you what we sent up into near space. This is the capsule, and there's two individual compartments to protect against the harsh elements, because at under 100,000 feet, so approximately about negative 70 degrees Celsius. Inside the box we have polyester insulation to keep all of the electronics warm, as well as hand warmers to protect against those frigid temperatures.
Huh? Why would you need hand warmers that are in a container?
Because there's 4 front-facing cameras, and in extreme temperatures the electronics will not function. So in order to keep them nice and warm, we added hand warmers.
But how would the hand warmers work if they're still in the package?
Oh no, this is just an example. When we actually did it on launch day, we opened the package, put the hand warmers in, and kept the cameras warm. And inside the primary capsule we have 4 cameras. They're just regular digital cameras. And all the pictures you see that we brought today, we actually photographed using these cameras.
Wow.
One of them is pink.
Regular cameras, you guys.
Nothing special.
Oh, is that the one that you put on the helmet? Like that?
Yeah, the GoPro.
Yeah.
Exactly.
My uncle does snowmobile.
And uses the GoPro. Yeah, it's for action sport. 5-foot diameter parachute, which is entirely homemade. And to actually launch our capsule, we use a 1,200 gram weather balloon filled with 300 cubic feet of helium. And both the parachute and balloon were perfectly rated versus under 100,000 feet of altitude, which we got.
Great. And what software did you use to find out about prevailing winds and things like that?
So in order to determine our launch location, we used University of Wyoming's flight prediction software, which updated with global forecast system using prevailing winds. And we determined that every flight path that we tested would always hug the temperature of Lake Ontario. So why we picked Newmarket was to get as far away from Lake Ontario as possible.
Oh, okay, of course.
Between Lake Ontario and Lake Simcoe, so you want to be as far as possible from both lakes.
Great. And what and when it landed, or how did you track it? How would you track that?
Using we actually use a cell phone GPS.
Okay. Now how does that work?
Ironically, there's an app for that actually.
Okay.
There's called Instamapper. And
Instant what?
Instamapper.
Instant Mapper.
And we just it updated with us instantly with our computer, sending the exact locations of the.
So you'd be driving it and tracking it that way, where it was.
No, unfortunately, the signal cut out at 21,000 feet, just approximately 5 minutes after launch, and we regained signal just 2 minutes before launch at 600 feet.
So you knew where it was going to come down roughly.
Roughly, and there was a blackout period of about 2 hours, or no, 45 minutes. There's a blackout period. There's a significant blackout.
And why is there a blackout period? I know when things are re-entering into the Earth's atmosphere, that, like John Glenn, when he was coming back, you didn't hear from him for X number of minutes.
It was just, in our case, the GPS was just too high for signal.
Oh, it's the height, altitude.
Cell phone towers, and cell phone towers can only cover until 21,000.
Wow, that's brilliant.
So after that, we lost signal.
Hi, I'm Jack, and today I'll be talking to you about wormholes. Which I put that they're a hypothetical reality because you don't know if they exist, but they might exist, and you'll see that later in the. Now first off, what is a wormhole? A wormhole is a hypothetical topological feature of spacetime that would be fundamentally a shortcut through spacetime. And to visualize it, if you think of a two-dimensional surface, if folded along a third dimension, if you can think about it, if you understand it, you can picture a wormhole. I know it is. Because then the plastic is bouncing. This plastic stuff is really fun. I'm not even using the nail. There's another one. So how do you like these?
Jack's on it. These are very cool.
I think there's only 5. I checked like every single one.
Did you? Let's see who goes more than
I
5.
only have 4. Oh, 5. I got 5. Yeah. I bet there's only 5 in every single thing. Yeah. I think there is. For fair and everything. I only have this much left. That's like me.
But what if there's 4 in there?
Oh.
Brought you all the way from Canada to Holland.
Work. So I'm working now with the European Space Agency, and they had some nice opportunities, some nice job offers, and Canada is actually a member, a kind of a cooperating member state of the European Space Agency. So as Canadians, we got the best of many worlds. So we have our own space agency, the Canadian Space Agency, and we're also part of the European Space Agency. So that's kind of an advantage, because I think it's one of the few countries in the world, if not the only one, that's part of 2 space agencies. Maybe the guys can correct me. I'm not sure if any other country has that, really.
No, you're right. Now, I was going to ask you, what brought you, when did you start thinking about space? The whole, not necessarily a career, but what got you interested in learning about the cosmos?
I think when I was a kid, just looking up into the stars at night, and just getting excited like every other kid does, sort of. And then I saw Apollo 13. They think there's a pretty cool program. It's called the Young Graduate Trainee Program, and so they offer every year. It's on the order of 60 or 70 positions, and those are open to all the sites of the European Space Agency. So you could be in Italy, in Spain, in Germany, France. There's many options. The Netherlands, of course, but most of them are based here in the Netherlands because it's the Technological Research Center. So most of them are over here. And since Canada is a member state, you're free to apply. So I got wind of the program and put in an application, and they flew me over here for an interview. They decided that they didn't want to do it over Skype, which is silly as far as I'm concerned, but okay. That's the way they do business, that's fine. And so I came over, did the interview, and that was the end of it, basically.
Wow.
And so they're typically 1-year programs. And they do offer extensions sometimes, but sort of their model is that you come here for a year, and you work, and you learn how the agency works, and often there's some kind of a hybrid between a management and a technical position. Then they want you to go off into the industry for a few decades, get some real experience over there, and then come back to ESA and work as a sort of a manager, things like that. So that's sort of why they created this program. But overall, I think it's a great place to work. I mean, I've been super happy this year, so.
Awesome.
I'm open to anyone, so anyone can. And then you have to spend on the order of 130 days on Mars in order to get that shortest trajectory back to Earth. And that presents a ton of problems. So keeping people alive for 6 months in transit and, shielded from radiation, you need to give them clean water, food, waste management, all of these things. It's a very, very difficult thing to do. Now, if we work on new propulsion techniques, then we can get there a lot faster, and the requirements of the mission become a lot simpler. And that means we can get there faster, it'll cost us less money,